Welcome back to another episode, you legends. If you missed last week's episode, we have actually taken the Ram and the Sea-Doo across to a remote island on the West Australian coastline.
That walk was a heck of a lot more than we thought.
A fishing and diving paradise. This episode is a bloody fun one, ladies and gents, so sit back, relax, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Oh man, this is not good. I don't know what to do here, guys. We've woken up this morning and last night I was sitting in the Ram and I fell asleep until about 1 a.m. I was doing some stuff on my laptop. Anyways, we've woken up this morning and she's completely dead. Won't start, no ignition. So we've just run the battery completely down. When we were up north, about 4 or 5 kilometres that way, right up the north of the island, there was some turtle researchers. So what we're going to do, we're going to walk all the way to the north end of the island and see if those guys have anything or any jump packs or anything to help us start this Ram up.
Morning exercise, you know?
Well, that was not the morning that we're expecting. That walk was a heck of a lot more than we thought, but finally here, Marco's got a great idea to bring some water. But in the distance here, you'll see that turtle crew. So they're just sitting at the lighthouse here. So we're gonna go chat to them and hopefully they've got something.
As we walked in, we had everything crossed that they would have jumper leads or something to help us get the Ram started. Luckily enough for us, one of the boys did, and he even gave us a lift back to the Ram in his cruiser.
Well, we made it back, so just going to get their cruiser to come up alongside this Ram here and then we'll jump start it. We should be on our way, fingers crossed. That's it. Haha, how good. See you, mate, what a legend. Alright, so after this morning's little drama, we're back on the road finally and we're going to go dive this spot called The Block. I've been here before with Will and it's a insane fishing spot. It's this cliff space that sort of just drops off. I'm going to take Marco there and we're hoping maybe to get in for a little bit of a dive, but we'll see what it's like. It's renowned for a lot of sharks in the area. Obviously it's a fishing spot, so the sharks like to congregate around there and get a free feed from the fish. This block in front of us here, the reason it gets the name was actually meant to be washed up in a huge tsunami or a huge wave back in the day, and it's just been dropped here. That's why it's called The Block. Pretty insane when you think about how heavy that thing would be.
Maybe it was on Noah's Ark.
Yeah.
Off the side of his boat.
Alright, I'm not sure what we are about to do here, but this has got to be the sketchiest bit of coastline that I've ever seen. Once the wind picks up, it gets so gnarly around here. Marco and I just went and sussed out the coast and there was this Spanish mackerel. Literally just came up and whacked a bait school a couple of times. So, I don't know, the water's a little bit murky, but we're going to jump in and we're going to try and find that fish. I'm not sure if it's a good idea or not, but there is 3 of us here. We'll stay together and we'll make sure that we're completely safer in the water and try and catch this fish, because I reckon the family back at the homestead are going to enjoy it. We can try and provide some dinner.
How's that? Usually when you're the first one in, you nick off and try and get all the fish, and you're staying nice and close to the edge like a seal.
Not going to lie, this is one of the scariest dives I have ever done. A sheer cliff face on one side and a murky 20 to 30 metre drop off on the other. The whitewash hitting the cliffs didn't make the viz any easier as well.
Oh, we've seen one Mackie. What a bust up.
So we just finished up on that west side of the island there. It was so sketchy, it was really murky, but Marco actually came across a nice little Spanish mac. It's just too murky to really take a shot, and I think it was a little bit too far away from him to really do anything, but we end up jumping out of there. Beautiful swim to start the morning, and we're going to this other spot now on the east side of the island. Will's brother back at the homestead actually said that he's caught a few trout here. We're going to take the ram down here and jump in again and have another spear, see if we can't get some trout for dinner. We're currently heading back to the homestead now. It's been a cracking day. We're just driving along these absolutely pristine cliffs right here. Just got the turquoise water and the red dirt. It's honestly unmatched, and I hope that the footage does it justice. But we're heading down back to camp now. Probably gonna have to put some fuel in a minute. The ram's getting super low, but we've got a few jerrys on the back, so we'll top that up and we'll punch the rest of the way back to the homestead and cook up some fish for dinner.
Today has just been one of those adventures that you'll never forget. This place has something new to experience around every single corner. With everyone quite tired, our plans is to head back, get a good night's rest, and be ready for tomorrow's big adventures.
Alright, so we're back in the car. We had a beautiful night last night. We stayed at the homestead, but we're just making our way down to where the barge leaves here at Cape Ransonette. We're going to chuck the sea-doo in. We're going to go for a bit of an explore, hopefully try and spear some fish maybe on the far side, or even get some crayfish. It's actually my birthday today, so I reckon that some crays and a couple of ginger beers will be the ideal way to celebrate it. Anyway, let's get this thing in a drink.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Let's try and not get bogged as I come back up here. It is super soft. Perfect.
With the ski launched and the conditions looking as good as they were, we didn't want to waste any time and head straight out for a spearfish in some deeper water. Battling the sharks early on wasn't a good sign, but within no time we had a big school of tuna swim by us. They were closely followed by a few yellowtail kingfish. Marco reached out and shot one. Unfortunately for him though, the shot just wasn't enough to stick. With spearing done for the day and a few nice baldies caught for the esky, Marco wanted to dive some ledges and get some crayfish. I think that sounds like a bloody great idea. Crayfish and ginger beer for my birthday dinner sounds bloody unreal. Let's go for a dive.
Well, your birthday can't really get much better than that. We just went out for a quick dive. Turquoise water, absolutely pristine. You'll see the ram and the ski behind me there. Just looks absolutely magical. Went out for a bit of a dive. Got these three beautiful bulging groper. Marco went down and managed to find these three reds under the ledge just out the back there. We're going to be eating like absolute kings tonight, but pretty keen to go back to the homestead, get ready, crack a cold ginger beer, and sit back and relax, get ready for taking the barge across tomorrow before we head further north.